Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be re-recording one of my old videos that was removed for no reason. So it's going to be a DarkComet video. It's going to be how to set up DarkComet RAT. And I'm going to use Camtasia, so it's going to be much nicer. So first thing you need to go to do, the first thing you need to do is to turn off your antivirus. So just go into your settings and turn it off. Then find DarkComet. Ugh, why is it not in there? Okay, so for some reason it's here. Okay, that doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm sorry. So open DarkComet, and then you need to go over to the socket/net tab. And for some reason in Windows 8 this doesn't work for me. But in Windows 7, the UpMP exploit worked, and I didn't need to port forward, but unfortunately I do need to port forward. So what you need to do is you need to right click on this. Let's get rid of this to show you. So you need to right click on here, add port to listen. Now port is basically what, if it's open, it will let traffic in. So choose any port you want, and you can have drive forward automatically, but it doesn't work for me on Windows 8.1, so that's when I have forwarded. Then on DarkComet RAT, go to Server Module. Now I'm going to go through Expert, the full editor, because that's the most useful one. So click on Expert, and this page will open. So if you want to, you can set a security password so that all your what's it called? All the information sent, all the packets will be encrypted so that your ISP can't see what you're doing, or can't read what you're doing. Excuse me, I'm not going to have one right now. Now I've got process mutex. Now this prevents the same rat running twice, so just click random however many times you want. Now the server ID, this is whether you that's just what you want to call the server ID. So I'm just going to call it there will be my server, because in this case it uses reverse connections. So we're the client and they're the server. Usually it will be the other way around. And then if we want to save this profile, you can choose any name and it will come up here. So if you save it, you can just double click and it will put these settings in. Now the active firewall, I don't know how it does it, but what I assume it does is it probably injects the RAT into Explorer or into the default browser so that it bypasses the firewall. As you can see, there are these badly worded things like "don't use this if you don't have a firewall." Anyway, actually, it's not too bad, but I'm not going to have it enabled. Now, this is the important bit. You've got an IP address and you've got the port. So if you have a static IP address, if you've paid for one, or you have a static one, you can put that in there. You won't need to worry about that; it will never change unless you manually change it, or else for it to be changed. Or if you have a dynamic IP address, like most people do, you need a DNS. Now I use FreeDNS, freedns.afraid.org. I have installed this client, and I'll just blow this out. And you just need to put the DNS name. So I just need to put this DNS in into the box. Just put your DNS name in. So a DNS will basically on the internet, things like google.com, that's DNS, domain name server, and it'll basically redirect all traffic to your IP address. So whether it changes or not, it doesn't matter, because the automatic updater will automatically update your IP address on the servers that they have, and then it will forward to the new IP address. Put the port you chose, and then click on Add. Then go to let me close this down. Then go to Module Startup. Now this allows you to start the RAT up with Windows, so you can have it run with Windows. I do recommend this. So click on Start with Windows, Now different folders, I'm going to explain all of them in case you don't really know what they're talking about. So HDD is the root folder of your the hard drive. Then you've got the Windows directory, System32, percent appdata, percent appdata. It's quite a good place usually. Favorites, start folder, my programs, my documents, cookies, desktop, temporary or a custom file path. So I'm going to do app data. It doesn't really matter really, but certain things will require admin privileges like the hard drive and the System32 and Windows. So if someone's not an administrator of their computer and they run a RAT, then it's not going to run at startup because it won't be able to copy the file to the correct place. Now this part here is the folder name, and then this bit afterwards is the program name, the copy program that it will run at startup. Keep .exe at the end, don't remove .exe. And then the startup key name, this is how it will appear in regedit. I'm going to keep it all the same. Melt after first execution, this will delete the file, but it will still be running. Change file creation date does exactly what it says. Persistent installation, always come back. This means that when it is removed from the registry, or from registry, it will just reappear on next reboot. Now the dropped file can have a few attributes. It can be hidden, or it can be appear as a system file. So when it's attempted to be moved or deleted, it will say, "You sure you want to do this as a system file?" And you can do the same with the parent folder, which is the folder it's in. I'm not going to have any of those checked. Now, if you want to, you can have an install message. So you can make you can have a pop-up with error information. I won't have that. Actually, I will for the next video. Now, module shield. This is a selection of rootkit functions that you can use to hide your RAT. So we've got hide the startup key from msconfig, and if you run and then do msconfig, you can open the msconfig and you can find things that are running at startup and you can delete it. However, this only works on 32-bit systems, but having persistent process in the module startup will also help. So we've got hide key from startup. Let's have that on anyway because my VM is 32-bit on purpose. Then we've got the persistent process. So this means if it's killed, I've only had success with this on Windows 7, by the way. Windows 8 and XP and below, I've had no success with this feature. So when it's killed, it will come back, and it literally will come back the instant you click on End Task. Totally hide stuff from Explorer and Explorer-related files. Sub is the file you're going to create, the RAT. That will completely hide it, so you won't be able to find it. You can see it in the process running in Task Manager, but you can't see it on the computer. And then we've got totally hide parent stub folder, so the folder it's running will also be hidden. Now this can be a bit not quite dangerous, but I won't do this to people you like, because unless they have hidden folders enabled, they won't be able to find their folder again. So let's not have these two. Then we've got disable Task Manager and disable Registry. Now Task Manager, I'm pretty sure you know what that is. Let's have that enabled. And regedit is the registry editor. If you it won't do much good even if you could, because the things come back again at startup. Then we've got disable Windows Firewall. This is from XP Service Pack 3 to Windows 7. Surprised it's not any lower. So basically that will disable the firewall, and that's admin only. Then we have the disable Windows user account control, and that will allow any program or the user account control allows people to. It will pop up with like an admin warning if you're not an admin, and then you'll have to enter a password, and this will just disable that. And then we've got Windows XP Service Pack 2 or before, stable antivirus notify, stable security center, stable control panel, and stable Windows update. All things will make the computer less usable and less and more vulnerable to attack. Now I've got the keylogger. Now I do recommend activating offline keylogger on server startup, so if you disconnect for whatever reason, you can still come back next day and look at what they've been typing. and if you have an FTP server, you can send the logs there. Now the host file, this allows you to change their host file. Our host file, usually let me try and get this right. Usually when you go to a website, you send information in replies, but the host file sort of comes before that. So when you try and connect things, it will just go like, nope, I'm sending this information. So some people use it to get cracks for games. It's how you can use black shades on like Windows 7 and before. If you edit your host file, because it will send well, not anymore, but it will kind of information that will make the computer the server think that you're actually there. So you can also clear the whole previous host file data before writing the new one. So if you wanted to be a bit mean, you could do that. I'm not going to add that in. We've got plugins. So if you have plugins for DarkComet, which I doubt anyone does anymore, you can add them in, and it will add a new feature to DarkComet for that person. FileBinder allows you to bind files to it. You can have them run at the file you binded run at each server startup. To choose the file, click on there, and then choose the file you want, and then click on Add File. Then we've got Choose Icon. You can choose these weird looking icons that are really plasticky looking, I don't know why, or you can choose your own icons from there. No icon doesn't make it look like that. It makes it look like the standard icon for Windows 7 above. Don't worry. Stub finalization. Choose any thing you want, any file extension you want, although .com, .bat and .pif will not have any icons. You can compress it. I would use UPX, although I have heard that this triggers more antiviruses at detecting it, and don't compress it if you're going to use a crypter. You can generate a patch for remote settings update. I'm not quite sure what this is because I never had to use it or never wanted to use it, but you can generate a patch, and then you can save the profile when the stub is successfully generated. So I'm just going to put it in my oh right, I haven't made one. Don't know why I haven't. Right, let's make a new folder. I think I'll probably delete it. Oh no, I'm sitting here. Let's call it server. Then it will build it. It will display the output. When it's finished, it will say no, nothing more to be done. You can scroll back through and see what happens, what happened in it, if you want to. And that's it, really. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you prefer this upload to the previous one. And in my next video, I'm going to show off how to use all the features of DarkComet. So thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.